If you are a high achiever, chances are pushing through is your default setting. It doesn't matter what you're going through, how you're feeling, or what life has slapped you in the face with. One thing you gonna do is push through. We just get so ingrained in our go mode that we forget to pause and just put everything in neutral. And somewhere along the way, we learned that if you were to pause, it means failure. Or it must mean that you're not strong enough or not cut out for this. When actually taking a pause and hitting reset is exactly the calibration that often helps you to propel forward even faster. So, friend, when was the last time that you paused and put yourself in neutral and you didn't feel guilty about it? So, let's really get into it. Because chances are it's been a long time. It's probably been too long if you're being honest with me right now. And I don't want you to feel guilty about that. The whole hustle culture had us all about just the constant 24/7 hustle and grind. And that 24/7 turned into 365 on repeat. And sometimes we are just so busy that there hasn't been a whole lot of time for rest or recovery or recalibration. And to be so honest with you, as a high performer, your rest, your recalibration, it is just as important as all of your running. So if you have a hard time with pressing the pause button, after you've been running marathons back to back, I just want to encourage you, friend. It's time to see your rest and recalibration through a new lens because our rest is such a key part. You know how you get if you have not had a nap. You know how you get if you are hangry and haven't had a nap. Listen, treacherous combo. And we just get into that go mode. And even when you're not feeling it, even when it's stressful, there's a lot going on, there's so many moving parts and pieces. And a part of you just feels like breaking down into pieces. And maybe you won't let yourself. Or maybe you've just been so busy trying to make everyone else's world go round. Because if you are focused on solving all of their problems and getting them out of crisis mode, then it means you don't have to focus in on how your pieces are falling apart on the inside. Sound familiar? So, if any of this is sounding like you, then friend, you are in the right place. One of the reasons we tend to struggle with this so much is because we think that neutral is going to automatically put us in reverse, when actually neutral is a part of your recovery plan. Friend, please don't be so afraid of going backwards that you forget that neutral is how you can actually save your engine instead of burning it out. And when you get to running all type of miles per hour and you are here, there, and everywhere without any time to reconnect back to you, back to the best of you, when you get a chance just to even check in, because are you checking in with yourself regularly or are you waiting on the check engine light to pop on? Friend, where is your recovery on your calendar? Listen, when I was in corporate America, trust me, I had one mode and that was drive. It was all gas and no brakes. And I would push myself straight on into burnout. And then I would have to take vacation because I was so run down. I would need to take some days off. And I ran that cycle for years. And it was so exhausting. And I finally got sick of it. And I was like, you know what? I can't just keep only taking days off when I am literally hanging on by a thread. I knew that if I was going to continue to be able to go on for the long haul, I was going to have to build in some recovery. So I would stretch those holidays when they came around. I picked certain holidays and I would take extra days around them. I would not rush to come back after a vacation. I would build in a day or two just to recover and reset from the vacation. So that way, when I got into work mode, I wasn't exhausted from the vacation. So, where is your recovery? Where is your rest on your calendar? Because if your calendar is only booked to capacity with everything that you are running around and there's no recovery, it's time to change that starting tonight. Okay, starting right now. As you watch this video, pull out your phone and where can you put in some rest breaks? And that can look like a variety of ways. Maybe you do need a day or two off. Maybe you can leave early one day and go and grab a massage or go and sit in the park with a good book. There's so many ways that you can curate rest and recovery. Even if you get off early and just go home and have yourself your favorite little beverage and a wind down afternoon. You can really curate this any way that you feel like your soul is calling for right now. So go ahead, whip out that calendar and let's integrate some rest and recovery. It doesn't mean that you're going backwards. You have to rest. You have to refill in order to be able to continue to go as hard as you want to. But let's just do it minus the burnout. Okay? Okay. Sometimes our calendar has been booked to capacity long before we got to this place. But then there's something within you that shifts, or maybe there's a major responsibility that has come up and now you have to shift and adjust. It's so important for you to be able to take even just 20 minutes, 10 minutes to just check in with yourself and honor where you are. Sometimes we will make ourselves so busy that we don't have time to do that because we're afraid that if we actually check in and honor where we are, then it means you'll break down. That maybe it means that you won't be able to put yourself back together again to do what it is that you have to do. But friend, I cannot stress the importance of this enough. Honoring where you are, even if all you have is a few brief moments to do that, it teaches you that you are important and that where you are and what you're experiencing, it is important. And it's just as important as all of the other priorities that you have. This is how you build self-trust. This is how you start to see yourself as a priority. This is self-love in action. Just taking a few moments to just recognize that you're not feeling like yourself and to explore what that means for you. Explore what it is that you've been pushing down and allow it to have some airtime because so often if we just honor where we are, that's all it really wants is just to be acknowledged and recognized. And when you give it the time that it deserves, then it's like, okay, you may proceed. So treat yourself to some time to just honor where you are, even if that's struggle, even if it's challenge, just allowing yourself to nurture you in those moments is truly such a beautiful way to show yourself that you love yourself and you have your own back. Because listen, friend, whatever you resist will surely persist. But if you allow yourself time to honor where you are, then you actually allow yourself to release the pain, the frustration, any of the stress that has been mounting up. You are allowing it to be released. And without carrying all of that around, now you freed yourself up to actually truly be productive. Because when you are handling your business and taking care of the things that you committed to and moving through your calendar, you will do it with so much freedom and so much more energy because there isn't all of this extra baggage that's weighing you down, all because you took the time to connect to you, recognized and honored how you're feeling, gave it a chance to have its airtime, and you released it. And now you can go on into your week and show up as the best of who you are because you don't have all of this stuff weighing you down. So, friend, do yourself a favor. And when things start to feel heavy, that is a signal telling you it's time to pause. When you start not feeling like yourself, that is your signal. It's time to pause. I'm not saying that you have to go on a 2 week hiatus. I'm not saying that you have to take a month sabbatical. If you have the ability to do those things, sure, but that's not always what it takes. Sometimes it is just the 20 to 30 minutes that you've carved out for yourself. Sometimes it is just having that 10 minutes to cry. Sometimes it is connecting with your coach and having a session. There are so many ways that you can support yourself, and it makes all the world of difference because being in that constant go mode and constantly pushing through, that's exactly what leads to burnout. That is exactly what leads to you not being able to show up your best and pour into the people, the places, the things that you love with all of your heart because everyone can sense when you are not yourself. Everyone is feeling the remnants of whatever it is that you're holding on to or carrying with you. So you deserve to connect to the best of yourself and bring that version of you forward into everything that you do. And the people who love you and interact with you, they deserve the best of you too. But let's make sure that you're not leaving yourself out of that equation. So, where is your rest and recovery showing up on your calendar? I want to know. So, let me get you a journal prompt really quick because that was just your check in. Okay. Make sure that you check in with yourself and your calendar. And your journal prompt is write down where you actually are right now, not where you think you should be, okay? And not where you were last month. Just honestly, where are you today? That is your starting point, friend. And just allow yourself to write freely, okay? Do not edit yourself. Do not shame, shade, or judge yourself. Judge free zone here. Remember? Okay. Journal on that, friend, and allow yourself to release because you get to release these things onto the pages so that you're no longer carrying this around with you. Okay. And then meet me in the comments and tell me what is one area of your life right now that needs you to honor it instead of push through it. Let's talk about it, friend. Let's talk about it, okay? Let's continue the conversation down into the comments. I hope that you enjoyed this video just as much as I loved making it for you. And remember, to know me is to know I love myself so much, I don't play about me. And If you hang out with me long enough, you will love yourself so much you won't play about you either. Okay, friend? I love you so much, and I will meet you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.